They said I started to read. Okay, I started to read. And the words that I read were those I wrote when I was 16. And since they were my own words, I was able to read between the lines and take a glance at my mind 10 years ago. And what I saw was all the anger, hate, and rage that I'll probably never let go. You see, ever since 10, I had a lot of rage pent up in my heart, and I never really knew where to start. But once my pen touched that paper, the words just seemed to bleed. And I continued to write because I wanted the blood to run dry, but it never happened. It seemed like my tears came out through my pen because my eyes didn't want to cry. So the only way out for my emotions was through my pen. Because whenever I seemed to shout and scream, nobody would listen. When I asked for help, nobody would listen. I would ask the sky, but he would not give me a fucking reply. So the only chance I had and the only option I had left was to choke it and hide my pain. But when that happened, the words weren't the only thing bleeding. My soul started to bleed. And all the words I had left was nothing compared to this monster inside of me. So I sat down and compared that poem to my latest one, and I didn't see any growth. My words got fancier, my lines got heavier, but my pain was still the same. I was still talking to myself, with myself, about myself, because I was trying to help myself, appreciate myself, love myself, not hate myself, just hug myself. So I continued to read. And then I picked up Langston Hughes because I found his blues was complimenting my own. And when I read his words, I didn't feel so alone. It was like he was right next to me, talking to me, explaining to me how to carry on and move on. It was like he took me under his wing, all the while rhyming, telling me that if my emotions grow deep like the river, let it flow. Don't let no one in the world tell you no, because people will always try to stop you from things they couldn't achieve, trying to hold you in this box of failure they reside in, but you can always leave. And I got inspired, so I kept on reading. And then I picked up Maya Angelou, and the grace of her style left me with a smile. She was so quick and so swift, and the way she was talking to me just left me in awe, because she explained to me that even though I have a past, I can move past it. I can forgive but not forget. I always knew that concept, I just never applied it. I had too much hate in my heart. I never really knew where to start. And as that hatred grabbed my mind and tried to rip it apart, she put her hands over my knuckles and said, nobody, but nobody can make it out here alone. And then I got inspired, so I started to read. And then I picked up Dante, and I had to stop and say, wow. Because that dude took me to hell and back. He made the sky turn black. He opened my mind's eye, allowed me to die and return. And then I figured, hey, this is my turn. But I didn't start, so I just kept on reading. And then I picked up Shakespeare, and he took me into a whole different world. Because that is what words are. They are the gateway to a whole different world. And now I've been blessed with a gift of writing. So every letter, every sentence I recite is a prelude to whatever I wish. I have created galaxies, destroyed planets, illustrated landscapes, gave stars a habit. I created life, I destroyed marriages. I rewrote history and changed averages. I made 7 into 11. I extracted angels from heaven. I went to the moon and had a drink on Mars. I slept on clouds and created my own gods. And all this started when I started to read. And when I started to read, my words still seemed to bleed. But nevertheless, I'm happy that I found these words. So this is me signing out.